Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello, Won Kyung. How are you today?
Oh, I'm fine.
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's proceed to our lesson for today. I think we're going to this is let's see. I think is this issues in family? Is it chapter 9?
Oh, wait a second.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe yeah. For the sake of the children. Yeah, chapter 9.
Yes.
Yes. For the
Okay.
sake.
All right. So can you read for me, please?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for the sake of the children. Wally, Ab, Ab, Abnett, Abnett.
Yes.
Wally Abnett has not been healthy recently. Lead his conversation with his doctor and find out what is making him feel so bad. Wally, the result of the test show that your blood pressure is high, too high for a man of your age. What's wrong? Asks Doctor Netaka. I don't know. Well, you know, I just don't feel happy. I'm depressed. Is that strange? No, not at all. Unfortunately, many people are like that. Do you have any idea what's causing your depression? Wally hangs his head and stares at the floor. He's embarrassed. He start
Embarrassed.
embarrassed. He is
Mm-hmm.
embarrassed. He starts to say something, but stops. Says his doctor. I think you know. I think you know what's wrong. You can tell me. I won't tell anyone else, not even your wife, Pioneer.
Yes,
Uh,
Fionia.
Pioneer. My wife, Pioneer? It's funny that you should mention her name, says Wally. Actually, I think my marriage is the problem. Did you know we've been married for 15 years? 15 long years. Wally sighs. Our marriage is terrible. We fight and argue all the time. We can never agree on anything. It's hard for me to live with her. I guess I don't love my wife anymore. What about your two children? Do you love them? Asks Dr. Netaka. Yes, very much, and that's part of the problem. I'm afraid to get a divorce because of the children. I think Fiona and I will have to stay married for the sake of the children. Dr. Netaka this for a minute. Thinks about this for a minute and then asks Worley, "Why? Why do you think you have to stay with your wife? Because of your children? Because of your children?" Everyone knows that children suffer when their parents get divorced. I don't want my children to suffer and be unhappy and confused, and I don't want to lose them. If I divorce Fiona, she will probably keep the children. I would only be able to see them every now and then. I couldn't bear that. I would miss them too much.
Mm, okay, so we now have another sensitive issue
Yeah.
to tackle. All right, so let's go to the next page over. We're going to read the opinions of different people. So can you read the first box?
Okay, children don't want to see their parents unhappy or fighting all the time, so divorce may have the children not hurt them.
Okay, before you say if you agree or do not agree with this one, are you in favor of divorce?
Yes, I have a favor in divorce. Because I think divorce.
Mm-hmm.
Divorce is better than unhappy marriage. Yeah.
Divorce is better than an unhappy marriage. Okay.
Yeah.
Going back to this opinion,
Yeah.
do you think divorce will help the children instead of hurt them?
I don't think so. I don't agree.
You don't agree.
Yeah.
Why?
Because anyway, children
Mm-hmm.
be hurted
Okay,
that
yes.
their parents are divorced or not. Yeah.
Okay, right. So yes, the the children are going to be the ones who are directly affected if their parents will get
Yeah.
divorced. Okay, so let's go to the next box. Can you read?
Yeah, when parents get divorced, they should explain to their children that the divorce is the parents' problem and that children are not to blame.
Okay, great. Do you agree with this one?
Sure, I agree.
Okay. So if by any chance you would get married in the future and you should get a divorce, will you be the one to explain things to your children, or will you let your wife explain things to your children?
Maybe I will explain it to my children myself by myself. Yeah.
Okay, yes.
She will do too. Either.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay, so your wife will also do the same
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
So both of you.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Good. How about box number 3?
Divorce is wrong. Husbands and wives should try hard to stay together. I don't agree. I don't agree.
You don't agree.
Yeah.
You don't agree.
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's too terrible that they stay it is too terrible staying unhappy marriage, I think.
Okay. So it is too much for you to stay in an unhappy marriage, yes?
Yes, yeah,
Yes, that's correct. It is hard
yeah,
if you have to pretend that everything is okay, or that being with someone is okay, even if you're really unhappy. So it's going to be hard, and it will also affect the children.
yeah,
It will also affect the children. Seeing you unhappy, or seeing you and your wife unhappy with staying together, it will also affect your children. Okay, let's go to box number 4.
okay. With or without children, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. When love ends, the marriage is over.
Do you agree?
Yes, I agree.
Okay, so yes, that's correct. If you stop caring for someone, I think everything is. I think that it is really over. So when you realize that you don't love someone anymore, then that means the situation is not anymore not going to be fixed anymore. So even if you have children, I don't think love affects how you would treat your children. So that problem is with you and your wife only. So your children is out of the question. Okay, let's go to the last box. Can you read, please?
Okay, it's okay to get divorced if you don't have children, but if you do have kids, you should never get divorced.
Okay, so do you agree with this one?
No, I don't agree.
You don't agree?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So yes, it really doesn't matter if you have children or not. If you really want to be divorced, if you really want to be separated, I think you have the right to do so. I think you have the right to leave someone if you're not happy with them anymore. So yes, very good. You in your country, is divorce legal? I think it's legal, right?
Yes, it's legal. Yeah.
Ah, it's legal. Okay. So in the Philippines, it's completely not legal. It's still illegal.
Yeah.
Yes, it's still legal to get divorced because of our Catholic faith.
Yeah.
The church is preventing us actually to have divorce. So even annulment is a very long process in the Philippines. When you get your marriage annulled, it's very long and very expensive. So it can take years before your marriage is annulled. All right. So let's go to looking at the issues. So in many countries, the divorce rate is getting higher and higher. Is there a way to lower it? Okay, let's check the ideas. Can you read the first idea?
Okay. The government gives money as a reward to couples who have been married for a long time.
Okay. Do you think the government can do this in Korea?
No, I don't.
Yes.
It's impossible. Yeah.
Yes, that's correct. It's too idealistic.
Yeah.
Giving money to couples because they lasted, they were married for quite a long time. I think the government is going to run out of money. A lot of people are still are still married after 50 years or so. All right, let's go to the second idea.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Wait a second. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Divorce is not allowed except in certain situations, such as terrible mental illness.
Okay.
I don't agree.
You don't agree.
Yeah.
You don't agree. So there are still other reasons for divorce. Yes?
Yeah.
Not just
Yeah.
terrible mental illness.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. How about the the third idea?
Third idea, the government charges a high tax on divorces. Oh,
Do you agree?
I don't agree. Yeah.
Oh, you don't agree. Why?
Yeah. Because marriage and divorce are all choice of people.
Yes.
It just they are they are just choice. Yeah.
Okay. So these are choices.
Yeah, choices
that
and
are
their rights.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's correct. So
Yeah.
these are their lives. The government should never interfere by putting a very high tax on divorces. So it's their right to get divorced. So it should not be they should not be paying
Yeah.
for it. All right. How about the next idea?
Okay. Good. The government hires marriage counselors to give advice to people.
Do you think this will work?
I think it's a it's a it's a good. I think it's good. Yeah,
Mm,
this
yes.
idea is good. Yeah, I think because marriage is if even though marriage is not obligations, but um but the government helps the people um, be happy. Uh, um, uh, from this idea, the government helps the people be happy. Yeah, to be
Okay.
happy. Yeah.
All right. Yes. This one, the government will be able to at least make the people have a choice. They can try to save their marriage
Yeah.
through counseling, but if they after counseling, if they still want to get divorced, then they should really get divorced.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to the next idea.
Yeah. Couples live together for a few years before they decide to get married.
Mm. Do you agree with that?
Yes, I agree. It's a good way
Oh.
to stay their marriage for a long time. Yeah.
Yes. So, for you, if for example you would get into a very serious relationship, how many years before you ask your girlfriend to marry you?
Excuse me?
If for example you get into a very serious relationship with someone,
Yeah.
if you have a girlfriend,
Yeah.
how many years are you going to wait until you decide to marry her?
Oh. I'm sorry. I can't understand. Last question. Your question.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right. You have a girlfriend,
Yeah. I have
and
girlfriend.
then okay, and then how many years
How many years?
do you
Yeah.
yes, how many years should you wait
Should you
bef wait before you ask her to
uh
get married with you? Yes.
how many years should I wait? Wait for
Yes.
her. Yeah. Huh.
Yes.
Mm, mm, um. Oh, I have question. Does she
Mm.
decide to marry me or
Yes.
but not yet? Uh, sh- uh, there is a situation that she is not ready. Just
Mm.
not ready.
Mm. Okay, yes. Not ready. All right.
Uh, some a year.
1 year. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so 1 year is I think acceptable. Yeah.
Yeah.
1 year is acceptable. Okay. Let's go to the next idea. I think this is the last idea. Can you read?
Okay. Couples live together but don't get married.
Do you agree with this?
I think it's possible. Yeah, I agree. Yes, I
Mm-hmm.
agree. Yeah.
Okay, so with this one, do you think the divorce rate is going to lower in your country?
Mm, but I think it's not needed
Mm,
to as that divorce rate
mm.
is lower.
Yes, I don't think it's a guarantee
Yeah.
that it will lower the divorce rate. All right, let's go. Okay, so before we proceed to the next topic,
Yeah.
for you, what is your idea? How do you think you will lower the divorce rate in your country?
It's one, two, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Mhm.
Fifth idea: couples live together for a few years before they decide to get married.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think as the it seems good. I think
Mm.
and couples live together but don't get married. Uh,
Mm.
it seems good too. Yeah. Um,
Okay.
and fourth idea: the government hires marriage counselors to give advice to people.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, that's correct. It's already existent.
Yeah.
I think it's already happening
Mm.
that the government is hiring marriage counselors to give advice to people, but it's the people's choice to actually, if they want to have counseling,
Mm.
they can have counseling, but if they don't want to, um, they are not forced to do marriage counseling. But there are already people who do that.
Mm.
They offer marriage counseling to couples who are having a problem with their relationship. All right, very good. Okay, let's see. Let's see if we can finish reading this one. Let's go to chapter 10,
Chapter 10.
family values. Yes, that's the next page. Chapter 10. Can you read for me, please?
Okay. Family values.
Mm-hmm.
Beyond remembers something important that happened when she was a little girl. Read the story and find out what happened. What did she learn? I was in the kitchen helping my mother when I heard the crash. I knew at once what had happened. I turned and started to run toward the room where where the guests were, but my mother stopped me. Wait, she said. Let's return to our guests as if nothing has happened. Do not show how upset and angry you are. But mother, how can you say that? You know what has happened. Our family vase has been broken. You heard the crash. This is terrible. My mother smiled at me and replied, yes, I know. The, the vase that has been in our family for over 200 years is broken. But we mustn't let our guests know how priceless it is. With that, she picked up the tea and we returned to our guest. When he entered the room, I saw at once that my worst fear was right. The priceless vase was in the pieces on the floor, and standing next to the broken vase was the 4-year-old son of Miss Mrs. Kim. Mrs. Kim
Mm-hmm.
had the horrified look on her face. The boy was just starting to cry. He looked very guilty. I, I will somehow. Mrs. Kim began to explain. My mother quickly said, "Oh, that's all right. It was an old vase. It was not valuable." But the vase just fell off the shelf. Mrs. Kim replied, "Oh, don't worry about it. Everything is just fine. Would you like some tea? And what about some of these sweets?" After our guest had gone, I asked my mother, "Why did you say that the vase was worthless? You know that it was very valuable." "What else could I say?" My mother replied. Could I say it was valuable? That the boy had broken our family's most pre- precious treasure. Could I say that? "Well," I said, "it's the truth. We should always tell the truth." "Not always," explained my mother carefully. "Sometimes we must not tell the truth. Sometimes it is best to hide our true feelings." "Is there no other way?" I asked. "Believe me, I know there is no other way."
Mm, okay. So before we proceed, I think we're going to proceed to the next page by tomorrow. But
Yeah.
I would like to ask you a question about this one. Have you been in that situation before? Like someone made a mistake
Mm.
towards you, but
Yeah.
you did not show them how you truly feel.
Oh, maybe, but I I I forgot. I forgot it. I don't remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So did you agree? Who do you agree with? Was it the child or her mother?
I agree with her mother. Yeah.
Her mother. Okay,
Yeah.
why?
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes it is the best to hide our true
Mm,
feelings. Yeah. I think I agree with that sentence.
mm, you do. Why? Why is it sometimes best to hide our true feelings? Why not just be honest instead?
Mm, because uh, it doesn't get back again.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Ah, okay. So you think because it won't bring um the past back, like
Yeah,
it
past back.
won't
Yes. Yeah.
yes. So it won't bring back their vase, and it won't make the situation any better. So we just
Yes.
have to accept, yes, we just have to accept that a mistake has been made,
Mm,
and we just need to really think that it's not going to make us happy to make someone feel that they have done something really really wrong.
mm,
So at least you know that you're the only one who feels bad about what happened.
mm,
So yes, sometimes it's best not to try to hurt
mm,
other people too. So yes, very good. I
mm.
You have very good thoughts on this one. So think more about it throughout the day, and we'll proceed to the next page again by tomorrow. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much for your time today. I hope you have a great day and
Mm.
take care, Won Kyung. Thank you so much.
Okay. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Bye bye.
And goodbye. 아, 컨디션이 안 좋네. 잠을 안 자면 확실히 머리가 멍하구나.